Good morning, children.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
Minutes, I cannot say that. I will have to say good afternoon after 3 more minutes. Okay. Hope you are remembering what we learned in the last class. Yes? Are you remembering what we learned last class?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
What did we learn? Shane, what did we learn last class?
Ma'am, about the harmful microorganisms.
That is, you said it in general. Specifically, can you tell me what did you learn? What are we learned what are communicable diseases. Define what are communicable diseases.
Ma'am, communicable diseases are the diseases which can spread through direct contact.
Only those which can spread through direct contact are communicable?
They are called pathogens.
I asked you about communicable diseases. Prajida, I'll come back to you. Prajida?
Yes, ma'am. The disease which can spread from one affected person to a healthy person.
Very good. The diseases which can spread from an affected person to a healthy person are known as communicable or infectious diseases. And these diseases can spread through, which are the different ways, Isa? Which are the different ways by means of which you can...
Water or physical contact.
Yes, water or air. Sorry, food or water, air, physical contact, and also through
Insects.
Insects or carriers, different carriers also you can get the infection. Okay, these are the different ways by means of which you can get infection, and the disease causing germs we generally call them as pathogens. So today also we are going to learn about harmful microbes, and we learned about the different carriers, no? Did I mention about some of the common carriers?
No, ma'am.
No. Can you tell me some of the carriers? Organisms that can spread diseases. Mosquitoes, cockroach, housefly, even dogs. All these can spread different diseases. They can be carriers. Actually, they are not the causative organism, but they will transmit the disease from an affected person to a healthy person. And children, how do mosquitoes spread diseases?
They suck the blood of an infected person.
So they will, when they suck blood from an affected person, and then next when they go and suck blood from a healthy person, they can transfer these disease causing germs into the blood of that healthy person. Am I right? Which mosquito, male or female mosquitoes spread diseases?
Female.
Why female?
Male.
One at a time.
And
female
mosquitoes do not have blood.
Female
do not eat blood.
Only the female mosquitoes will
Gauri, why they are very considered to be dangerous than males? Why only they are sucking blood? Why they are troubling us? And males are very they don't disturb anyone, they don't trouble others, they don't bite us. Why? Who told you, Shane? Who told you? Is there any demarcation between males and females like that? Females are very dangerous. And
ma'am, you understood right? Girls suck blood and men
there is a reason. There is a reason. That's what I'm asking you. There is a reason why they are sucking blood. Can anybody guess and tell me?
Because of their requirements, the body of the male and the female.
Anthony, relax. Anthony, I will give you a chance. Let Tanmay speak.
Because the body of the male and female mosquito is different, their requirements is
You are reading from what your Google uncle gave you just now? No, okay.
No,
then
Google requirements is different. So,
Andy, okay. He wants to call Google Andy. Let it be Google aunt or Google uncle or Google grandpa, whoever it is. Yes, Tanmay, repeat.
Because both of the requirements is different.
Why their requirements are different?
Because
how can they differ in their requirements, males and females?
Because they may have changes in their body.
Why? What changes do they have? Who can add? Who can add? Who can add? Anthony, yes, Anthony. Anthony, one condition. You have to show your face to speak. I know there are no connectivity issues there. Yes, now you can speak.
Ma'am, because they have kids to feed.
Oh, they have kids to feed. So
Maybe the
mosquitoes,
kids are.
listen, mosquitoes will suck blood from our body and they will feed them.
Ma'am, I got.
Yes, yes. Shaina.
Ma'am, humans are blood donation center.
Ah.
So the mosquitoes come and collect the blood and give it. to
Why
the-
there is something written in front that
Maybe because-
males are not permitted, only females are permitted.
Maybe.
Or when they come to suck the blood, you will say, first of all, you tell me whether you're a male or a female. If you're a female, you can. Is that Shane?
Maybe. Yes, ma'am.
You don't have any other guesses? Yes, Lakshmi.
Ma'am,
Lakshmi. Yes, good.
Ma'am, to produce their eggs.
Exactly. So male mosquitoes and female mosquitoes, both of them feed on the juice of present in different plant parts. Okay, wait, let me complete. They will feed on the plant parts and they take the juice, they suck the juice from there. That is why you can see them among the bushes and all. But females, they need a nutritional supplement. They need something extra. They need a protein-rich diet. That is why they feed on blood so that they get sufficient proteins to lay the eggs. For laying eggs, they need protein supplements. So to satisfy that, to lay those eggs, that is why they are sucking our blood so that their nutritional requirement, their protein requirements can be met. Somebody wanted to say, who was that? Yes, Sriram?
I said that first.
Okay, good. But I did not hear Sriram. You should speak loudly.
Ma'am, everyone was speaking, that's right.
Then you should immediately send in the chat box.
Ma'am, I'm not a fast typer.
You have to. Okay. Now you had been attending these classes since 18 months or more than that. Then you should become professionals in typing. You are professionals in some other area, I know. Not everyone. Okay. Taking help from Google. Who is that? Google Grandpa. Google aunt, whoever it is. Okay, coming back to your topic.
Google sister.
Anyways, because or you can even call him as a closest friend, no? The best friend. Best friend, when you are in trouble, best friend will come and guide and help us. Am I right? So when you are in trouble, when you cannot find out the answers, he is the one who helps, no?
So
Or she is the one who helps.
give money if we are in need.
Only money is our requirement. Definitely with money we can meet our different needs. Okay, we are diverting from the topic. Let me come back to our carriers. So carriers are the different organisms like insects, then dogs and other animals like that. Even insects itself, so many are there like cockroaches, mosquitoes, houseflies. They all can be the carriers. They can spread diseases. And how do they spread diseases? I had asked you. And you told in case of mosquitoes, they suck blood and in this course or in this process, they will transfer the germs from an affected person to a healthy person. And what about a housefly or a cockroach?
Legs.
Legs.
Garbage.
Just by saying legs, the answer is
And
not
they sit
coming.
on garbage.
Yes, Sriram. Yes, they will sit
They
on the
sit on
garbage.
Then when
And
we
Sriram, just a minute. I can see you only partially. You were lying down? No. Adjust your camera so that I can see your face properly. Okay, they are sitting on the garbage. Then
they come into our houses and sit on our bodies and on our hand.
Then
Cockroaches come to our hand.
Then what happens?
Then maybe we might not clean our hands before eating.
Or they can directly land on
The food item.
food items. If these are kept uncovered, if these are not kept covered, these can come and sit on these food items. And a few seconds back, they might have sat on the garbage and they don't wash their legs and come and sit on the food particles. They'll come as such. And what they have transferred, the germs, even if they have transferred, we cannot make out just by looking at the food particles. If rice was white in color, it will remain the same. No color change, you cannot make out. You need a microscope to identify. So always, to be on the safer side, you have to keep the food covered. And if you understand, or if you realize that that particular food item, how favorite it is, if it was kept uncovered for a long time, better to
Throw it out.
discard it or throw it off. Okay, we'll learn more points. Some insects and animals can act as carriers of the disease-causing germs. And here, children, a very important point that you should remember is, they are not the causative organism. The causative organism of the disease will be different, but their role is just to transmit. They just act as carriers. So sometimes when we ask, say for example, what causes malaria? I'm just giving you an example. Malaria is caused by a protozoan. We call it as Plasmodium. Plasmodium is a protozoan which causes malaria. But malaria is transmitted by means of female Anopheles mosquito. Female Anopheles. Female, it is very important that you mention the gender, female or male. So if you don't write female, you will not get marks. So female Anopheles mosquito. So these are the carriers. They transmit the disease-causing germs. So if the
What about dengue?
I'll come to that. Malaria is caused by Plasmodium. So causative organism of malaria, Plasmodium. Carrier is female Anopheles mosquito. But when causative organism is asked, you should not write female Anopheles mosquito. Then the answer is wrong. Then female Aedes mosquito. Female Aedes mosquito, it will spread the dengue virus, or it will spread the disease dengue fever. Then we have many more, female Quilex mosquito. So several carriers are there. Generally, you can say mosquitoes, they are the carriers of several diseases. Each one is specific to a particular disease. And some of the carriers are mentioned here. Housefly, female Anopheles mosquito, female Aedes mosquito. Female Aedes mosquito is the carrier of dengue fever or dengue virus, and a female Anopheles mosquito, it carries the disease-causing germs of malaria, that is Plasmodium. When house flies sit on the garbage and animal excreta, you can see house flies sitting on waste particles or garbage, leftover food or decaying substances. And these pathogens will stick to their hairy body. So they have got hairy legs. So it will stick to that, and then they will come and sit on the food that has been kept uncovered, and they will transfer the pathogens. But if you just come, by the time you reach, these flies might have escaped. But if it was kept uncovered, there are chances that it is contaminated by, or those food items are contaminated by these flies. Eating such contaminated food can make us sick. So always keep the food covered. Avoid consuming uncovered food items. That is why we usually say that from street vendors or from the roadside and all, you should not buy snacks and have, because proper hygiene might not have maintained. It might have been kept uncovered for a long time. So you might get sick. Okay. So hope you have got the points. Insects are the carriers of different microbes. Just a minute, children. Insects and several animals, they can act as carriers of disease-causing microbes. Some of the carriers are given here. Housefly, female Anopheles mosquito, female Aedes mosquito. Female Anopheles mosquito is a carrier of the disease malaria caused by Plasmodium, whereas female Aedes mosquito causes it is caused by dengue virus, but it will transmit the dengue virus to cause or to spread dengue fever. And when house flies sit on the garbage or animal excreta, the pathogens get stick to their bodies. And these flies will come and sit on the food particles and they will transfer these pathogens. Eating such food items can make you sick. So always you have to keep the food covered. If not, you have to discard those food items which were left uncovered. So mosquitoes are transmitting it via blood, whereas house flies contaminate food and water and makes these food item unfit for us to eat. Is that okay, children? Shall I proceed? Okay, Shane?
Yes, ma'am. Perfect.
Now we will learn more about the carriers of the disease, especially mosquitoes. Where do mosquitoes breed or where do they lay eggs and multiply in number?
Water.
What type of water?
Contaminated water.
Stagnant water. What is the difference between stagnant and flowing water or running water? So that is,
water.
yes, exactly. It is left undisturbed, means it's not moving. And for example, if some water has got collected in a coconut shell in the backyard of your house, even that can be considered as stagnant water. Or the water in the flower vase or coolers, anywhere, even the cap of a bottle, even the cap, bottle cap, very
Plastic
little
covers.
water. Yes,
Plastic
definitely,
covers.
definitely. If it is kept in such a way that water can get filled. Like usually when during rainy season and all, once it rains, all these structures, all these substances can get filled with water. Coconut shell, broken tires, then even a bottle cap. So there also mosquitoes can lay eggs and multiply in number within no time. And what we need to do is we have to discard all these items from your surroundings. You can even keep it upside down. That is also safe in a way that the water will not get collected, but as far as possible, discard and dispose all these safely so that it will not be the breeding place for mosquitoes. And sometimes you might have water tanks where you grow aquatic plants like lily or lotus. So there also water is getting collected. So in such cases, you can add some fishes like gambusia fish or guppy fish, which will feed on the larvae of mosquito. So that also will become safe. Okay. So all mosquitoes breed in stagnant water. You can see the pictures of a few mosquitoes. Hence, we should never allow water to get collected anywhere. Let it be tires, flower pots, coolers, wherever it is, or whatever it is. You can see the larvae of mosquito there, and they lay hundreds of eggs. And all these, once it hatches up, or all these eggs, if these are going to hatch up, you know what is going to happen, or the number will multiply within no time. By keeping our surroundings clean and dry, we can prevent mosquitoes from breeding. Mosquitoes can be prevented from breeding by keeping your surroundings clean and dry. If in your surroundings there are no such structures which holds water, then the chances for the mosquitoes to multiply will be less because they multiply in stagnant water. So look around today itself after the classes, you just go around your house, see whether water has got collected. Now you know that in between it is raining. So if all these structures are there in the surroundings of your house, even it can be a toy, a broken toy which you had discarded. So there also the water can get collected. You will not realize the danger, the harm it is going to cause. So dispose everything. Okay, today itself. You all will check now and give me a feedback next class. How many items you could collect? How many you could dispose? What were the items? Will you do it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Do it, not down in a paper. Otherwise, by next week, you will forget everything. What you had done, what all items you cleared off, whether water had already got collected, and whether you could find any mosquito larvae, all that you should report. Okay? Agreed?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, don't forget.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am,
Yes.
Ma'am, is there any way to stop the breeding of spiders?
What happened? You should always, you keep, see, just like if you keep your house always clean, always maintain the cleanliness. So if the spiders cannot survive, it is, if we are always disturbing it, like usually undisturbed places in some corners and all, they will make their web and they'll multiply. But continuously, that's what, regularly if you're cleaning all the nook and corner of your house, so when it is getting disturbed very often, it cannot be there. Usually you find these web and spiders more in those rooms which you rarely enter or which remain closed for a long time. So always keep these rooms clean, even if you're not using that room. House flies also you can, if your surroundings are clean, there are no garbage. So if you cannot find any waste particles or plant and animal waste, if you're not worried about cleanliness, all the leftover food you throw here and there. So when such food items or when something is there for them to sit on or to feed on, definitely they will reach. But if your surroundings are very clean, cleanliness is maintained throughout, houseflies will not be there. Okay. So take care of that. Even mosquitoes. So mosquitoes, I already told you. And if some bushes are there, I'm not telling about your meadows or your garden plants. Other than that, if some bushes are growing widely around your house, clear it off. So all that will prevent the multiplication of mosquitoes. Now, some season you can find that after 6 and all, they will just come and bite us. Maybe you might be sitting and watching TV. You will not get any peace of mind. They'll come and keep on biting us. Have you experienced?
Yes, ma'am.
So if you clear it off, clear all the stagnant water around or in your surroundings and cut off all the unwanted bushes, so you can reduce the problem to a great extent. Okay. Disease causing microorganisms in animals. So not only in human beings, they can cause diseases in animals also. So they haven't given much examples, but 1 or 2 examples are mentioned here. Anthrax. Have you heard about anthrax? No. It's a respiratory disease, and this anthrax is found both in, or this can be seen in both human beings and cattle. So both cattle and humans can be affected by anthrax. Anthrax is caused by a bacterium. You should know the name of these microorganisms. If the names of any microorganisms are mentioned in your textbook, you should definitely learn the spellings. And children, even though you haven't learned about scientific naming, let me just brief you about that. Whenever some scientific names of organisms, whether it is plants, animals, or whatever it is, if scientific names are mentioned in your textbook, you will find that it will be written in italics. If you check your textbook, wherever scientific names are there, it will be written in italics. And when you write, when you are copying it down to your notebook, or when you are writing for the exam, what you have to do? You have to write these 2 words separately and then underline them separately. I'm not giving you the rules which you have to follow while writing the scientific names that you will be learning in class 9. But always remember, wherever scientific names are given in your textbook, you can easily make out, it will be written in italics. So such names, when you copy down to your book, you have to underline them. You don't have to write in italics when you write. That is only while printed. And when you are doing it or while handwritten, these names should be underlined separately. And this should be, here you have to use capital letters. All the other letters can be in the smaller case or small letters, and underline them separately. 2 words will be there. You have to, not a combined line, underlining for both. Separately you have to underline. Okay, just note it down. Anthrax is a dangerous human and cattle disease. And what is the name of the organism that causes it? Bacillus anthracis. Bacillus anthracis. It's a bacterium. It's a rod-shaped bacterium, Bacillus anthracis. Now, another disease. It's caused by a virus, foot and mouth virus. And it causes foot and mouth disease in cattle. So, we learned the names of 2 diseases caused by microbes in animals. If the names of diseases found in human beings are asked, you can easily write so many microbial diseases. But those which are found in animals, here they have given 2 examples, anthrax and foot and mouth disease. Anthrax found in both human beings and cattle. Both humans and cattle can be affected by this disease. It is caused by the bacterium Bacillus anthracis. So if you are asked to name a bacterial disease in animals, you can write anthrax caused by Bacillus anthracis. Similarly, if a viral disease found in animals is asked, you can write foot and mouth disease found in cattle. So details of this you don't have to learn, just the names and the causative organisms. So in higher classes you will be learning more. Now, disease causing microorganisms in plants. In plants also they can cause several diseases. And some of the examples are given here. Some of the plants which are affected by microbial diseases are given here. Rice, wheat, potato, sugarcane, apple, orange. These are some of the plants. Not only these plants, many more are there in the list. But here they have given a few names. And once the plants are affected by these, you know what happens when we are affected by disease? We can get bedridden, we'll have to take treatment depending upon what disease it is, and it can be fatal also. But in plants, how these diseases will affect? It will reduce the yield of the crop. If there were no diseases, the farmers would have got a better yield. The productivity will be less, the yield will be reduced. And we can control these diseases by using some chemicals. We always say that as far as possible, we should reduce the use of chemicals. But at times, limited use of chemicals will have to be carried out because we have to control these microbes. Okay? Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
If diseases are found in plants, microbial diseases are found in plants, it can reduce the yield of the crop, then we need to treat them with certain chemicals. Limited use of chemicals can be carried out in order to kill these microbes and save the plant as well as the farmer from his financial loss. He will, once a crop failure, once it leads to crop failure, the farmer will have financial debts or financial loss, or financially he will be in trouble. So some limited use of chemicals can be carried out so that we can save both of them. And we too get quality products. And here you can see some of the names. Yes? Can't hear. Just a minute. This slide, I don't think we'll get time to complete it. So I'm going to stop sharing. Now coming back to
Communicable.
Rabies. It is spreading by means of dog bite. So this is actually, it is caused by a virus, rabies virus. And if you are bitten by even a cat or a dog, immediately you have to take injection. Otherwise, what will happen? If you ignore it and later you come to know that your pet dog or the dog is having rabies, then he might have through his saliva, because when he is biting, he will make a wound in your body. So through that, these viruses can enter, and once you have got the disease, we cannot cure it. And they have a very painful death. I think you might have seen in some movies. I think Karimadi Kuttan movie, I don't know whether you have seen it. Have you seen it? Is it in that movie? I don't exactly remember.
Yes.
Okay. And once it is there, or once you are affected by this particular disease, You cannot get a cure. You can take a precaution even after getting bitten by the dog or other animal. There still you have a chance to protect yourself by taking vaccination immediately after that. It spreads by means of dog bite. Carriers are there which will help in transmitting this disease. It is through the carriers, not from normally not from person to person. From or through these bites only you will get the infection. Okay, now quickly summarize the points that we learned today. Who will start? Parvati can start.
Yes, ma'am. Carriers are microbes that cause diseases. They spread from healthy to infected, infected to healthy person.
Okay, then Isa, what else we learned?
We learned about the disease spreading carriers like mosquitoes, house flies, and
other animals like dogs. Okay, now name the carrier of malaria. Malarial parasite, you call it as Plasmodium. Which organism is the carrier of this particular disease? Yes, Lakshmi?
Female Anopheles mosquito.
Female Anopheles mosquito. And then what else we learned? We learned how houseflies are spreading the germs to human beings. Who can explain? Gauri, Parvati?
Yes, ma'am. When the houseflies sit on garbages, the parasites, the harmful parasites get stuck into the hair. And
it gets stuck into the hairy body,
hair of these organisms. And when they come and sit in the uncovered food items,
they'll transfer it there.
These food might get contaminated, and if we eat that contaminated food, then we may get infected.
Okay. Then what else we had learned, children? We learned about some examples of some diseases, microbial diseases caused by both bacteria and virus. Who will tell me? Rudra, which are the diseases? Just name them and the causative organism. Rudra, you tell me about a bacterial disease in animals. Rudra, you're saying something I cannot hear. Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Repeat. Repeat, dear. I'm not able to hear you.
Ma'am, can you hear me?
Now I can hear. Repeat now.
Ma'am, anthrax.
Anthrax. What causes anthrax, Abhinav? Bijoy?
Bacillus anthracis.
Bacillus anthracis. Another disease, Hesa? Another disease?
Foot and mouth disease.
Foot and mouth disease. What is the cause? What is the name of the name is not mentioned. Tell me which microbe causes it.
Virus.
Virus. Okay. Then in plants also different types of microbial diseases can be found. About that we will learn in the next class. Okay, we learned the names of a few diseases, the causative organisms, symptoms, etc. in the next class. Now I'll take your attendance and we'll wind up. Thank you, children. Meet you next class.
Thank you, ma'am.